Good evening and thank you for joining us. Stefan is away tonight. I'm Austin Lee. We begin with a devastating reminder about just how dangerous the flu can be and the severity of this year's strain of the virus. Health officials say 3 children have died from flu-related complications in our region in just the last 2 weeks. CTV's Katie Griffin starts us off.
3 families mourning the loss of young children.
We do see flu-related deaths in children in Canada every year. This number, though, represents a very fast rise in the flu early in the season.
Ottawa Public Health and the Eastern Ontario Health Unit announcing 3 kids between the ages of 5 and 9 have died after complications from the flu in the first 2 weeks of December.
Children are known to be a high-risk group, especially children under 5 years old for flu. However, this year we're seeing a very rapid rise and a lot of severe illness.
This year's strain is a more severe strain. Sort of the medical term is that it's more virulent. In other words, it causes more severe disease, including complications. And the complications can range from severe pneumonia, heart problems, brain problems, and unfortunately, sometimes death.
In the first 10 days of December alone, CHEO saw 300 positive cases of the flu, a staggering increase from just 11 over the same time period last year.
We're seeing it pretty steady here over the last few weeks.
Pharmacist Jordan Clark busy giving out flu shots.
There was also some talk earlier in the flu season that it wasn't a particularly great match, so I think that made people a little bit hesitant about getting vaccinated. What we are seeing is the people who have been vaccinated are getting much less sick or not getting sick at all versus those who aren't vaccinated.
The Shalifu family has come together to get theirs.
I think it's important not only for myself and my family, friends, but socially as well to protect everyone.
To prevent the spread of the flu, in addition to getting vaccinated, health officials say to wash your hands, cover your coughs and sneezes, and stay home when you're sick.
Worrying complications are severe trouble breathing, because often the severe illness is from pneumonia or a lung infection. Also, if a child is having difficulty staying awake, losing consciousness.
Katie Griffin, CTV News.
Ottawa's Jewish community is mourning the lives lost in Saturday's attack at Bondi Beach in Sydney, Australia, but they say they will not live in fear during a time of celebration. As CTV's Dylan Dyson reports, Ottawa police are now stepping up patrols at Jewish institutions right across this city.
Flags fly at half-mast at Ottawa's Jewish Community Centre after at least 15 people were killed during a Hanukkah celebration in Australia.
There's no question that this was taking advantage of a large gathering on a day that's special for our community and one that's meant to be joyous, not now it's just going to be blotted with this horrific act.
With Hanukkah celebrations underway here in Ottawa and worldwide until next Monday, there's a heightened sense of tension for Ottawa's 15,000 Jewish people.
We've seen over time that when something happens in one place, certainly we feel for where that's happening and for those victims, and at the same time understand that there's a possibility something could happen back here for sure.
And then your mind starts to race because that evening there are Hanukkah events all over the city. In our own synagogue, we were going to be hosting about 300 people, 200 of them children.
Rabbi Eden Sher of Ottawa's congregation Machzikei Hadass says the Jewish community now lives with a constant need for extra security as hateful acts against Jewish people continue to escalate.
Generally, it starts with words, verbal attacks, and it starts on social media. And if we are going to leave things unchecked at those source levels, then this is the inevitable result.
Ottawa police increasing their presence within Jewish communities and around synagogues this week.
Wherever it's necessary, wherever it's warranted, the police will be there to support members of the Jewish community as they hold menorah lighting events and Hanukkah celebrations in the days ahead. Again, we want everybody to be safe and feel safe during the holidays.
But Ottawa's Jewish community is adamant their faith will always remain stronger than hate.
Those wonderful people that were killed yesterday, they were out publicly celebrating, identifying with their faith, everything that they believe in, and far from us to not ensure that that legacy continues and that we don't come together to celebrate Hanukkah.
Dylan Dyson, CTV News.
We've had a cold December so far, and we do have a little bit of a warm-up on the way. Let's take a live look now through our Centennial Glass Skycam. Taking a look at Parliament Hill, it is -7 degrees right now. Again, things will be warming up shortly, but overnight, you can't expect a chance of flurries. We've already surpassed the average that we get for December, around 40 to 45 centimeters of snow for this month, and so obviously that will continue over the course of tonight. Tuesday, cloudy conditions and a chance of flurries or rain on Wednesday, because that's when things will be warming up. Tomorrow, getting to a high at around -4 degrees around 4 p.m. and cloud coverage for much of the day. A quick look at the conditions right now, -7, feeling more like -11. We had that daytime high earlier in the day, I should mention, at around -9. When the province banned photo radar cameras, many city officials and residents raised concerns about speeding and dangerous driving, saying the cameras help to slow people down. Now, Ottawa police are rolling out a previously planned new approach to traffic enforcement aimed at getting more officers in more neighborhoods. Here's CTV's Josh Morano.
Graham Lawford knows firsthand how important it is to improve road safety in Ottawa.
I was hit by a car back in August. Just crossing at a red light.
Just days after my birthday.
Yeah. The guy was turning right on a red and just looking the other way.
Because of that, he's pleased to hear the Ottawa Police Service is launching district traffic units, assigning officers directly to neighborhoods to focus on traffic violations.
It'll be nice having them around, I know that. I know they'll be watching mainly traffic, but for other safety things and other policing, it'll be nice having them around.
What we're going to see with this new deployment, if you will, again, is that ability to be super specific and super responsive to a community-based issue.
The units are part of the new policing strategy and deployment model as police move to 4 full-service districts, dividing the city into west, central, south, and east quadrants. Police say the units will target speeding, aggressive driving, and high-risk areas across Ottawa.
The beautiful part about is OPS taking it to that next level of where the evidence is telling us to go, where the community complaints are telling us to go, and why, sort of thing.
As we've heard from our residents for years now, that speeding is an epidemic in the city. It's not just urban wards, but across the city.
The new district model has been in the works for months, but councillors say it's even more important now after the province banned speed cameras.
The average speeds are way up, so that hasn't been measured formally. Anecdotally, when I look at my speedometer and I see how fast cars around me are traveling, those speeds are way up. So we do need police on the roads.
For Lawford, there's a hope the added police presence will lead to safer streets.
Especially this time of year, the roads are not great. People are relearning to drive in the winter. Hopefully they're paying a little more attention and taking their time a little more.
Josh Morano, CTV News.
Fire crews were called out to a high-rise building on Frobisher Lane near Riverside Drive this evening after flames in one unit forced residents out of the entire building. The fire started shortly before 8:30 tonight. Fortunately, crews were able to contain the fire, preventing it from spreading from the bedroom where it initially started. It was quickly brought under control, and again, fortunately, no one was found trapped inside the room. A 10-year-old child injured in a head-on collision over the weekend has died in hospital. Emergency crews were called to Highway 7 between Drummond School Road and Drummond Concession 7 at around 4:30 Saturday afternoon. Police say an OPP officer was on patrol in a marked cruiser when it was struck by an oncoming truck. 3 people were inside the truck, including the child, who was airlifted to hospital but died yesterday. The driver and passenger are in hospital with serious injuries. The OPP officer was also seriously injured. And police are looking for witnesses after a hit-and-run collision in the city's South End last week. Officers were called to an area around Bank Street and Collins Avenue near Heron Road at around 7:45 p.m. on December 9th. Police say a gray SUV was speeding down Bank Street and cutting off other vehicles when it struck a black pickup truck that was trying to merge into traffic. Officers say the driver of that SUV then fled the scene. Turning now to some good news when it comes to the Rideau Canal. It appears the skateway could be on track for a December opening. Crews, as you see there, were flooding the section between Patterson Creek Bridge and Bank Street yesterday, and they were out again today. There are some mild temperatures in the forecast for Wednesday and Thursday, but the cold is expected to return by the end of the week. Still, the National Capital Commission is reminding everyone to stay off the ice until it officially opens. Last season, the Skateway opened on January 11th.
This is not just about Sully anymore. This is about the crisis that exists.
Still ahead, a family's call for changes in Ontario's correction system, 9 years after the death of a 30-year-old man in an Ontario jail. Today marks 9 years since the death of Solomon Fakiri in an Ontario jail. His death was ruled a homicide, but his family says little has been done to address the issues they say led to his killing. CTV's Rahim Ladani has that story.
My late brother was a larger-than-life figure. He taught my mom how to read.
It's been 9 years since Solomon Fakiri died in custody while in a Lindsay, Ontario jail. While his death has been ruled a homicide, his family says Ontario's premier has never offered an apology and has done little to prevent other mentally ill individuals from suffering the same fate.
I'm not interested in embarrassing them. But if they want to continue to deny Solomon's death, continue to not name him, I'm going to continue to work with my fellow Ontarians and organizations that stand with my family to keep pushing the government, because this is not just about Sully anymore. This is about the crisis that exists.
The 30-year-old Fakiri was arrested after allegedly stabbing a neighbor while experiencing a mental health crisis. After nearly 2 weeks in jail, he was struck by guards, pepper sprayed, his head covered in a spit hood, and left face down on a cell floor where he died. Doug Ford was asked about the anniversary of Fakiri's death and had this to say.
A death of anyone, my heart goes out to the family. I think it's terrible. We need to build more correctional facilities and make sure they're state of the art. But at the end of the day, stay out of the jails. Stop breaking the laws, and you won't have anything to worry about.
In 2023, a coroner's inquest into Fakiri's death issued 57 recommendations, including establishing a correctional inspectorate to investigate complaints, ensure someone experiencing an acute mental health crisis is admitted to hospital for assessment, and require that use of force on a person with mental health issues be reported.
These recommendations have not been acted on by the Ford government, and Solomon's family is here once again, begging for help.
A spokesperson for the Solicitor General did not directly answer how many of the recommendations have been implemented, saying in a statement, "What happened to Mr. Fakiri is a tragedy. Our thoughts are with his family and all those who have lost loved ones in the correctional system. Our government has made record investments into our correction system that was left on the brink by the previous Liberal government. This includes over $500 million to update and build new facilities and hire additional staff. We have also established a new health services division to ensure those in custody receive the care they need, including support with mental health and addictions issues delivered by social workers, nurse practitioners, mental health nurses, and addictions counselors."
When governments choose to respond to social problems with more incarceration, they are making the choice about whose lives are expendable.
While Fakiri's death has been ruled a homicide, the finding carries no legal liability and no charges have been laid. Rahim Ladani, CTV News.
Well, I mentioned the Rideau Canal a little bit earlier, and the hopeful people in the city, myself included, that it will open sometime in December. But we do have to get through a little bit of a warm-up in order to get back to the colder temperatures that are needed to open the canal. You can see tonight's low just -2 degrees, so already warming up over the course of this evening, and it's plus territory in Kingston, 1 degree there with a mix of snow and rain over the course of this evening. Tonight's low in Tremblant, -5. They've got some snow in the forecast. Great news for those heading out and hitting the slopes. Tomorrow's high, 1 degree, and we will see a mix of rain and snow, similar to what Kingston is seeing over the course of tonight here in our region by tomorrow. Bancroft, 2 degrees. Kingston warming up to 4 tomorrow. Gatineau staying around the 0 mark, and Montreal along with Kemptville at 2 degrees. The 7-day weather forecast is brought to you by Pressler Law Firm. You don't pay unless we win. Call 1-800-JUSTICE. And as we take a look at the 7-day, you can see what I'm talking about. That warm-up really starting on Wednesday. 1 degree with that chance of flurries of rain, a low of just -2. And then Thursday, the high of 3 degrees, then quickly back to a chilly overnight low. Really, really cold in the overnight hours of Saturday as well. So usually the NCC says they need to see some consistent days of below minus double-digit weather. We need to see about 30 centimeters of thickness on the Rideau Canal for it to open. It's the one time of year that you'll see me actually hoping for those cool conditions. Well, the city will soon begin installing the oversized school zone signs sent to them by the province. Because the signs are so big, they require larger poles, so the city initially could not install them. In a statement to CTV, the city says stronger poles and foundations are coming. The signs are around 12 feet tall, and Ottawa's signs have to be bilingual, which makes them larger than what may be seen in some other municipalities. Good news for lovers of St. Patrick's Day. The parade is set to return to the streets of Ottawa for the first time since the pandemic. The Irish Society of the National Capital Region says the parade will be held on March 7th, 2026, and there will be a new parade route starting at the Supreme Court of Canada, traveling down Wellington Street and ending in the Byward Market. The parade has been cancelled every year since 2019 due to COVID, high costs, and a lack of volunteers, along with some permit delays.
It's illegal in Ontario to ask for an advance fee for any type of loan.
Just ahead, it may be tempting to get a quick loan this holiday season, but you want to make sure you don't fall susceptible to a scam. We'll have details on a new one going around right after the break.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, I'm Sneha Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford dealership, and Ontario's #1 Ford EV dealer.
Snappy pass finding Stutzla. He's in with Tkachuk. There's Tkachuk. He scores! Hey, hey!
A huge comeback win for the Sens tonight in Winnipeg, and boy, they needed it. Prior to tonight's contest, Ottawa had lost 4 of its last 5 games. It looked like they may have been heading that way in this one as well until that goal. Jake Sanderson snapping one home with less than 2 minutes left in the third before Tkachuk's eventual game winner. The Sens will play again on Thursday. They'll be at home against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Financial stress is one of the top concerns for Canadians this holiday season, and many may be looking to take out loans. But you have to watch out for the advance fee loan scam. CTV's Pat Foran shares the story of one woman who lost $4,000.
I don't want them scamming other people.
Linda Bailey of Pickering says it was in September when she went online and Googled loan companies. One of the first to pop up was Dynamic Resource Solutions. She contacted them and was told she could get a $20,000 loan, but she had to pay $4,000 in advance to secure the funds.
They came up and I read all their stuff about them. People gave good reviews on them.
Once Bailey paid the advance fee, the loan never happened. She was scammed out of $4,000.
I'm losing my car, I'm losing my home, I'm losing my animals, I'm losing everything.
CTV News emailed and called Dynamic Resource Solutions but did not get a response. There have been other complaints about the company made to the Better Business Bureau.
It's illegal in Ontario to ask for an advance fee for any type of loan.
Angela Dennis with the BBB says scammers often target people who have credit issues and who might not be able to get a loan through a traditional lender.
When people are paying these fees, typically they're being told it's for insurance purposes or an administration fee, and consumers are sending in their money and they're not receiving the loan.
To avoid the advance fee loan scam, beware if a loan is guaranteed and a credit check is not necessary. Be suspicious if you're asked to pay fees or a deposit in advance, such as insurance or processing charges. And be concerned if the company doesn't exist at a physical address. Bailey is now in a worse financial situation since being scammed out of $4,000, and she still has bills that need to be paid.
Can't get my money back. I can't get it back. That's just, it's the way it'll be.
Pat Foran, CTV News.
Canada's inflation rate remained steady in November, rising 2.2% on a year-over-year basis. That figure was unchanged from October. Statistics Canada says food prices reached a 2-year high last month, but this was also the first month that saw the core measures of inflation, which removes the more volatile items, come in below 3%, and that is just at the upper end of the Bank of Canada's inflation control range.
I do it in order to try to entice the grandkids and the great-grandkids to come in and see their grandparents at Christmas.
Just ahead, we will head to a retirement home in Perth where residents have built an incredible Christmas village to brighten the holiday season.
The magic of the holidays is here, and this year the need is greater than ever.
Let's ensure every child in our community feels the joy with CTV and Move 100's Toy Mountain.
Together with the Salvation Army, we can help spread cheer and make a child's wish come true.
Drop off any new unwrapped toy to the designated drop-off locations or make a monetary donation online.
For all the details, visit toymountain.ca, presented by Donnelly Automotive Group.
Oh, look at that. The Bell Media Building is lit up. It's bigger and brighter this year thanks to our good friends at Christmas Decor from Nutrilon. And for many, the holiday season comes with familiar traditions, baking cookies, watching your favorite Christmas movies. At a retirement residence in Perth, it also comes with a special festive display, a growing miniature village spreading joy to residents and visitors throughout the holidays. CTV's Dave Charbonneau has more.
It's become a Christmas tradition at this retirement residence in Perth, one that has grown piece by miniature piece since it started 6 years ago.
I do it in order to try to entice the grandkids and the great-grandkids to come in and see their grandparents at Christmas. My favorite is the bumper cars here.
Every Christmas season, co-owner Whit Lewandowski builds miniature animated Christmas displays for residents and visitors.
A lot of the times the residents will help take the items out of the box. They'll help, once I get a lot of the electronics set up and everything, they'll help place the figurines in places they think works best.
The displays help create a sense of home and connection during the holidays.
This is our home now, and a lot of us can't have great big trees and great big families around all of the time. And Lanark Lifestyles is a place where we can all gather, and it's just like home.
And for many, the details bring back memories from long ago.
I like the merry-go-round. It reminds me of when I was, little kid. Yeah, but they're all very nice.
I always liked the skating rink. That I used to love to skate, so that brings back good memories.
The displays also now creating new memories.
It's amazing. It's just amazing, yeah, and it's so attractive for residents and visitors, and especially young children.
A lot of the grandkids will come and play with it, and I don't have signs on it, do not touch or anything else. If something breaks, we have glue.
A collection of tiny details built on kindness and the spirit of the season. A reminder that even the little things can spread so much joy. Dave Charbonneau, CTV News.
Still ahead, a pretty sweet pair of kicks will tell you all about the breakfast titan that is releasing shoes after the break.
Get the latest live local breaking news. Sign up now for our morning and evening CTV News Ottawa newsletter. The best local content from CTV News, Your Morning Ottawa, and News Talk 580 CFRA. Get it all in one place. Sign up now at ctvnewsottawa.ca. The CTV News Ottawa newsletter is brought to you in part by CAA Business.
There's a live look through our Centennial Glass Skycam. It is still -7 degrees out there right now, and we do expect things to be warming up a little bit over the next couple of days, but still waking up to very cold conditions. -12 degrees expected, and some light snow potentially in the forecast as well. Take a look at Wednesday, getting up to 1 degree, and then staying above the freezing mark on Thursday with periods of rain and a high of 3 degrees. Back to the flurries and highs of -4 on Friday and Saturday. Denny's, the breakfast spot, is rolling out new promotional products, limited edition shoes called Sticky Kicks. They look pretty gross, if you ask me. The diner chain says they are the first ever sneakers that are apparently made with real Denny's syrup. The high-top shoes were designed with syrup-colored patent leather, and the Sticky Kicks will be available starting on December 17th at noon on dinerdrip.com. They'll cost about $200 US, and the actual syrup sealed in the clear panel is purely decorative. Who's going to wear those? Not this guy. Good night, everybody.